There's the video, chat. Look at it. Man films himself burning down a huge warehouse. Yep, I was waiting for this. I was actually waiting for this. Yep, this is it right here. So yeah, for those who don't know or so, some guy in Oakland, California burned down a warehouse because I guess they weren't paying them enough. It wasn't me, it was you. It was definitely you. Control your people.
I don't know you, but I know enough to guess with a high level of confidence that you've been angry before. Unless I got the Dalai Lama watching or something, I bet there have been moments in your life where you've been fuming, extremely angry. It's natural, it's normal. I mean, Jiminy Christmas, earlier today, I was angry. I was driving and a spider went across my windshield. And it was a rather large spider. This puppy was set to Wumbo. And I don't have arachnophobia or anything, but I don't like them. And I certainly don't like them on my windshield. So, I pulled over, and in my cup holder had a receipt. So I thought, that'll be good enough. I'll just blast it with the receipt. And as I go to do that, it hits me with like a running back move. It hits me with like a double sidestep and then jumps on my arm. Then I fucking freak out and start like slapping my arm and screaming like a maniac, and I can't find the spider anymore. That makes me frown. It makes me angry. I'm sure there's plenty of things that have made you angry. But have you ever been so angry that you light a 1.2 million square foot warehouse on fire and will most likely spend many, many years behind bars for it and film the whole thing for Instagram?
No.
Probably not, I would say. Most likely no. But I did just hear of someone who did. And it is a fascinating story because the anger makes sense. Like the reason why this employee was angry, I think a lot of people can understand. But drastic measures like this did nothing except ruin his life.
Not just ruin his life, he ruined all of their co-workers' life because now that warehouse is gone. The people who worked at that warehouse don't have a job anymore or are being relocated to somewhere else because they have to rebuild this entire warehouse again. Number 3, the supplies and the stuff that are in that warehouse are supposed to go to the store markets, and I bet you most of those store markets are running low on the supplies that they need, that this person just burned it all down, so now the corporation has to spend even more money to go get that items into their stores or into their warehouse. But the problem is they have no warehouse. The question is what are they going to do here? So they just kind of like ruined, this guy specifically ruined the lives of other people. So it's kind of like, you know, they just don't understand the consequences of their own actions.
Should have paid us enough to fucking live. You know, we may not get paid enough to fucking live, but these bitches dirt cheap. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to fucking live.
That's fucking crazy.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live. There goes your inventory.
This is a Kimberly-Clark warehouse that apparently served 50 million people. It was located in California, and a disgruntled 29-year-old employee filmed these videos, posted them on Instagram of him lighting it on fire, and it completely fucking torched it. It like...
Hey, thank you for the 4 months, Synth.
Incinerated this whole facility. Pretty fucking stupid plan. Extremely dangerous. Could have easily killed people in the warehouse. Yes. The fire could have spread outside of the warehouse as well. It's California. California fires, like, that spreads a lot. This could have caused so much more damage, destruction, and death in this like raging inferno that he created here.
Again, thankfully, nobody was injured in that fire. No firefighters or none of the employees. They were all evacuated safely.
So, Nick, we should note you were just listening in on that news conference. That's why we couldn't go right to you. So this employee, a 29-year-old, did they say what he did there at that plant?
It's unclear exactly what he did. What we know is that they house lots of Kimberly-Clark products here. Again, this is a 1.2 million square foot warehouse here. So very large space filled with products. We know that they load the trucks up and distribute them. We don't know specifically what that man did.
I feel like we have some strong evidence to what that man did. He filmed it himself.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't streamed on Kick. Like, this has become a very common phenomenon where people film or stream themselves committing crimes, in this case, arson. So he made it very clear what he was doing and why, the motive. He was upset with the pay, saying that all they had to do was pay him enough to fucking live, which is a very real problem, something I have yapped about for years, about how so many jobs right now in the country don't actually pay their employees a livable wage. And as things keep getting more and more expensive, it's not like the pay is being risen to try and help them, enable them to live. It is a huge problem. But the solution this guy cooked up in his noodle is not the optimal play, because now all he's going to do is land himself in jail. He's not going to be getting paid there. And on top of that, all of the workers at that warehouse, they are now out of work for who knows how long, and maybe they get canned because of it.
Yep.
I mean, this is a huge warehouse. This is going to take a long time to rebuild and get all that inventory and stuff back. Maybe they just start laying off employees that were working there. So now he has also ruined other people's income on top of that.
Yep.
So it's not exactly like the best plan that he's cooked up here, as shocking as that is to hear, that arson didn't save the day. It is an issue. His anger is understandable, but this didn't do anything to solve it. It's not like that this company is all of a sudden going to have a come to Jesus moment like, oh, we didn't know that by underpaying our employees, it would make them frustrated. But now that an entire 1.2 million square foot warehouse been burnt down because of our folly, we will change our ways. We now see the light. Our third eye is open. Enlightenment. Time to raise everyone's pay. It's just not going to happen.
Do is pay us enough to live.
Chilling video posted online by the suspect appears to show the moment a massive warehouse fire was deliberately set.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
Investigators say the man behind the camera is 29-year-old Shamel Abdul Kareem.
He was believed to be an employee of Kimberly-Clark. However, it is confirmed that he is an employee of NFI Industries, the third-party distributor of Kimberly-Clark.
Officials say he had posted grievances online before igniting the Ontario, California warehouse on fire.
Now, I've actually seen people applauding this, saying that they need to start a GoFundMe ASAP so that way they can donate to him because he's a hero.
Man, you guys have definitely lost the plotters over there, to be frankly honest, in making a GoFundMe page for this guy who literally just ruined the lives of many of his co-workers.
Standing up to capitalism, finally enough is enough, we need more of this across the country. That's fucking ridiculous. That's like actual dangerous, stupid brain. Like, people are saying, oh, wah, 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 crying over all this lost product from, billion-dollar corporation, that kind of thing. I don't know how people can be so, out of tune with reality. It's not even about, lost products or anything. It's about how easily people could have died in that, how it could have spread way beyond just that warehouse, and how this doesn't even really affect the company all that much. They have insurance. You know who this actually affects? Is the employees that are most likely going to be out of work here while this facility is out of commission and under maintenance. So they're going to be out income, and he just threw his whole life away for this, and it's not going to do anything to actually help people get a livable wage from this company or anything like that. It's just reckless, dangerous, jeopardizing tons of people's lives and safety and the area around him. This could have caused a huge fucking problem. Like I said, it's California. Wildfires spread wider than Kash Patel's butt cheeks. In that area, this could have easily spiraled way out of control, way beyond just that warehouse as well. This is just not something anyone should be Anyway, there is something other people have pointed out as a very surprising element to the fire itself, that a warehouse of this size housing this much supply, apparently this accounts for 3% of West Coast volume for toilet paper in particular, from what I was reading. I don't know if that's confirmed or how true that is, but it is a huge facility that houses a lot of paper product. And one thing people were noting is that the fire suppression system didn't really do a whole lot to stop this. And I was doing a bit of digging because they definitely have a fire suppression system. I don't know if they like maintain it, like maybe it was malfunctioning. From what I read, it apparently was working, but because he started multiple fires in multiple locations, it just wasn't effective at stopping the spread. So that's how I was able to get so out of control. And also, apparently the alarms were working because they were able to get the employees out. So I do feel like the
Well, yeah, 'cause
systems
you can
were
hear the alarm, no?
functioning how they were supposed to. It's just must have started a lot of fires that overwhelmed whatever system they have there, or maybe they just don't have the best system there. I couldn't tell you, but I saw this earlier today, and I just had to yap about it. It was fucking crazy to see. And the fact that he filmed all of it, gathered his own evidence against himself, and freely posted online, that's become so common now. People love to film their own crimes. And this is probably like the biggest display of that I've seen so far. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yeah.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for at least somebody to basically post a video on this that like, yeah, this guy decided to burn a warehouse because they didn't pay him enough. They didn't pay him enough, and well, it's valid though, but like the conclusion of you to burn an entire freaking like warehouse of it is kind of like not really the brightest move, because you're just ruining everyone else's life. Definitely a lot of those people who work there are definitely now unemployed. My curiosity is what's gonna happen next, to be frankly honest, for those other employees. Well, he ruined his life at the end of the day, and that's that. So anyways, that's the end of the video. And yeah, don't do stupid shit, okay? Don't go that far. Your actions have consequences at the end of the day. So yeah, and peace.